Hey Leslie, good afternoon. Why is this big pole in my face and I can't see? You know, they do some dumb stuff. Can y'all see me? Hey, loving my grandsons. Oh, there you go. I'm like, get that big thing out of my face. I just want to do a poll. Hey, LaWanda, how you doing? Uh, on your end, I think you can go. Let me see how it go. At the bottom of the poll, or either it's three dots, like you hitting the like button. It's three dots, and then I think, and you can go at the bottom, and it says dismiss poll, and you hit the dismiss poll, and it'll come off your screen. Yeah, once you did the poll, scroll up, and it should say have a thing say dismiss poll, and hit that. I think you can put an X or something, and it should take the poll off. Hey Zaza, how you doing? I don't know, and if it pop back up, then you can do it again. So, get ready to play something. YouTube, I do not own the rights to this music. It's used for teaching and entertainment only. That's it. Now, how you other countries, y'all don't like our music, stop listening. Because that was the topic, love and happiness. Good evening, everybody. This is Classy Lady. You're on my channel, or you're listening to my channel, or you're looking in my face. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. Hit the like button. Listen to some of my videos and shorts. Get me out there into that algorithm. I'm still climbing, trying to get to that 1,000 watch hours. I am close, but not close enough. So, with that being said, my title is Love and Happiness. Funny Valentine. Since this week, Saturday is Valentine's Day. Like some people call it Galentine's Day. Child, I don't know. All I know was Valentine's Day. As I got older, I hear people say Galentine's Day. Now, which one the hell is it? Is it Galentine's Day or Valentine's Day? I don't know. I don't see no cards for little kids talking about no Galentine's Day. All we knew was Valentine's Day. This new age stuff with this Galentine stuff. When I hear the word Galentine, that made me think of them Galantines back in the day or something like that, where I used to get people back in the day when they did something bad, put their head and their neck in that thing, and put their arms in there, and then relieve them of their head. That's what that kind of remind me of. I mean, I know I might not be saying it right, but that's when I hear a Galentine, a Galantine, or Galentine's Day, that's kind of what that remind me of. So I don't really like that. I don't really like that word. I don't really care for that. So that is the proper word, Galentine's Day. I don't use that. When I see it, I always look at it sideways, because that just don't sound right to me. I mean, I grew up on Valentine's Day, and that's what I'm going out with. I'm going out with Valentine's Day. Some things just don't never change. Some things we just not gonna change. So, they can come up with all that old stuff if they want to. I just ain't, like it's always been Thanksgiving. Now it's friend, what is it? Friendiversary or Friendsgiving. No, no, boo. There's a group of girlfriends gathering together for Valentine's Day. See, we ain't do that either back in the day. We ain't got, you ain't had no Valentine's. You stayed at home, and you you that's what you did, and you just was wilding in your sorrow, and then that was it. All that old Valentine that we. If I'm gonna be sad for Valentine's Day, I want to be sad at my house by myself. Me going to a girlfriend, and this is just my opinion, and I've never been, and maybe it'll take for me to go one time to see, but me going to a girlfriend's house or getting together with a group of girlfriends on Valentine's night. If we all married or we all have men, that's something different. But that just put me in the frame of mind of just old, lonesome women that ain't got no man. I ain't gonna be able to do it. That's just me. Would you say, LaWanda? You would never. See, that's just me. That's what it seems like to me. It's good with girlfriends and stuff like that. Let's go out the day before or the day or something before if we want to celebrate something together. But on Valentine's Day and we all getting together, a bunch of old lonely ass sorry women and woe is me, or that ninja that did this, or that MF and all that. No, that's not positive to me, because that's what it's gonna end up being. Somebody gonna end up drinking too much, and somebody gonna start crying and all this stuff behind a man. If I'm gonna be sad, I'm gonna be sad by myself. I'm gonna be at peace by myself. I can get fat food. I can order whatever I want. I can cook whatever it is I want. If I want some nachos and hot wings and meatballs and some little sandwiches, and I may not eat but one of each. Get me some Boone's Farm. Yeah, I love Boone's Farm, y'all. That's my wine. It might be some bootlicker wine, but give me some Boone's Farm. I like Boone's Farm. I used to buy all the flavors and then just stack them up, and we always have them here. And in case somebody would come, I even had my Christmas party one year that I gave some of the ladies. And what I told y'all, we did the tree and put the ornaments and said what we were thankful for that year. And the next year, what we were looking forward to be thankful for. Child, I put some Boone's Farm and them wine things, and them people saw that one. It took one person to open the thing with the Boone's Farm. Boy, everybody wanted a bottle. I said, I ain't know everybody like no Boone's Farm. So y'all some undercovers. I'm right out front with it. I like it. I like Boone's Farm. I know that's some drink from back in the day and old back in the day and stuff, but I like Boone's Farm. Yeah. And I tell you something else. Boone's Farm then went up. It then got popular. It's popular in the stores, and Boone's Farm then went up. I remember I used to get like a bottle, catch it on sale, and get it for maybe $1.75 or something like that, $2. They had $3 on it. Be like, they proud of their Boone's Farm. I ain't buying that. It'll go on sale. This one particular store, and I tell you, every time that store, Food Town, had a sale on Boone's Farm, all the good flavors would be gone. So see, people like it. They just try to do something, they try to be all high class and stuff. Oh, you go to your daughter's or your mom's house? Yeah. Like I said, I don't go out anymore. And me and a girlfriend, we was talking. I said, here we go. Here we go. I'm outside now. Now here you want to go see what's his name? Ricky Smiley. Next Friday. When is the 20th? Is it next Friday or next Saturday? Now here she go talking about us going to see Ricky Smiley. So I was looking up the tickets, and I say, friend, she say, well, they got the tickets start off at $99. I say, $99 where? Them tickets gone. I say, you like to get stuff at the last minute. I say, when you get these concert tickets and stuff, you got to get stuff early. But she always like getting some, okay, next Friday. She always want to get something late. And now she talking about, well, I want to go see James, what's that man? Ricky Smiley. And I told her, I say, ain't no $99 tickets left. I said, them tickets say $135. And I say, that's for one ticket. And I say, then the next price is $178. I think, no, it was maybe one or two at $158. And then it jumped up to $178. And she say, shoot, for one ticket? I said, And I said, and we sitting at the back. She said, well, the place that it's at, it don't matter if we sit in the back or whatever. Yeah, but I don't want to sit back there with the lights on. Shoot. I do would like, if I'm going to spend that kind of money, I do want to have a good seat. But that place is not a lot of walking at some of the bigger venues here. So it makes it a good place to go. But that's one of the places that I told y'all, if you don't know where you parked at and you be hearing them people, everybody hitting they horns to make their car sound, and dum dums don't realize everybody car sound alike when you hitting that, when that many alarms are going off. Yeah, that kind of place. Hey Gloria. Hey Dana, how you doing? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. That's gonna be a spit in the wind. I just spent $150 for a ticket for this Saturday, and then now you're talking about next week. See, when we was going to them concerts all in 1 month, shoot, we can get a ticket for $75 and $199 with the most we would pay in at one particular ticket. And like I say, I was working then, and I was working plenty overtime, so it didn't make me no never mind. So yeah, we went to, like, every weekend, the month of April and May, we was at a concert, but circumstance done changed. I told the girl, I say, my money looking funny. I say, I'm in the reserve section funds of my money. I say I am in the reserve section. And reserve section is not where I like to go. When it start getting down to reserve, then I'm looking like, wait a minute, you need to pump your brakes. And then I got it between now and April, where I'm going to come up with some savings to go on the trip. If I'm already in my reserve funds. Please, no more government shutdowns before my taxes get here. And then I didn't really want to spend that to, be doing all kind of stuff. I was using that to put back, to build my reserve fund back up, and to be able to do some stuff I needed to do, to catch up on some stuff that, some projects and stuff I wanted to do. But when you start dipping in that, you start looking at them clothes funny. Like, is it past 30 days for me to take you back to the store? 9 times out of 10, yep. Yep. I was in the store on the weekend, and the woman kept telling me, "Oh, well, you need so much more to get to take advantage of the discount." And in my head, I didn't calculated up what my stuff's supposed to cost. So I'm thinking, okay, that's it. So even after the discount, I still spent $133. I wasn't planning on spending that. I got a closet full of clothes. I was trying to catch some stuff on clearance, and when now it's time to get winter clearance stuff and all that. But that was one of the things that made me angry. And then I come home. I want to kick myself at the store, but no, sometimes I have to come home and process stuff. So when I came home and I started adding up and I started processing stuff, and what made it good, one of the dresses was a little short than what I wanted it to be. I packed everything up, put it back in that bag. Plus, I had to end up getting some earrings, which I was like, I got so much jewelry, I mean, just, she, good in sales, because, she got my head blowed up. I went back to the store, and I took a few things back. And I was telling my, I ain't understanding, but anyway, I guess I end up spending half of that. But, that's why you can't let people power trip you on spending your money, or you thinking the sale is so good and you spending more than what you supposed to spend. And I was charging that, and that's something I don't do most of the time. 99% of the time, I don't overcharge or exert myself on charge cards. If I don't have the cash to pay for something, I just won't get it. So, but yeah, that's what ended up happening. And I was like, Just because I have a nice credit limit, I ain't trying to get to the max of the credit limit. That's crazy. So I'm putting brakes, and I'm looking at some things different. I'm side-eyeing myself. So now that don't make me happy. But I want to show y'all something. Y'all hold on a minute. Y'all, I know people. Sometimes I wonder if people take me serious or if they think I'm crazy. Y'all see me during the pandemic. The pandemic, and when I go to certain store, you see what kind of mask I have on? You think they think I'm crazy? Child, I be matching. Look at my big lips here. I got my big lips here. My big lips here. My big lips here. I think I got a few missing teeth up in here. I'll be walking around like this. Can y'all imagine me on a knee walker rolling around and scooting around with this mask on my face? I do. I be in stores and everything. Don't get the coughing. Don't get the coughing, because I'm sure going to put it on. Baby, I got all kind of masks. When the masks were coming out, and especially when I started finding the ones with the rhinestones, I was buying all kind. I didn't even care. I'd be at the doctor's office looking just like this. Hey, how y'all doing? At least you coughing, you wasn't coughing on me. So when they say cover your face up, yeah. Can you imagine me? I'm and me with my crazy self. Hey, Mary, me with my crazy self. People smiling at me, I'm smiling back, but not realizing they can't see the smile on my face. All they see is this thing. And then when I think about it, I say, you damn fool, they can't see your smile. All they can see is this thing. They probably smiling at you, talking about you looking crazy. But I don't care. Hey, Marcy, I ain't care. Child. I'll be just sitting in the car, go in the store, grocery store, ride the little cart in the grocery store, smiling at people. And they would say, I like your mask, thank you. Thinking I'm smiling at somebody that ain't and got this mask on my face. But I just thought I'd show y'all that's funny. Ain't that something? Yeah. But that carried me through the part of the pandemic and even afterwards. Because I wore my mask a year after they said that you could take them off. I ain't gonna be able to do it. I had got so used to wearing a mask, I wore it a whole year afterwards, and then was scared to take it off. Scared to take it off. But I thought I would just, yeah. Didn't I have that grill going, ADHD? Shh, couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was cute. Yeah. But y'all, for love, since it's Valentine week and all this kind of stuff, ladies, if you get your man something, get him a little something. If it ain't nothing but a little rose or something, just to show him that you appreciate him. Because you be surprised how they be tickled. Hey, Lisa, how they be tickled that you even acknowledge them. If they have a certain kind of candy bar or ice cream, and y'all gonna be at home chilling, y'all ain't going nowhere, get them a little, be nice. I know I got a friend, I ain't buying no man, no nothing. Be nice. We can't always expect them, and which they should. They are the providers, and they should always give us and stuff of that nature, because that's all I've seen with my dad, providing for my mom and giving my mom and stuff. He didn't always get a right gift, but he would acknowledge her and get her things for Valentine's, her birthday, Mother's Day, and Christmas. And then in between, just a sweetie, I love you gift. Or just, sweetie, give us some money. Sweetie, here, go get you something nice. Or sweetie, you ain't been shopping in a while. Here, sweetie, go treat yourself or whatever. He would do that. So I learned from the best. Um, my brother, he learned from the best. If he sees something on a lady or a woman, he sees something, say like an outfit or something, and he think it would look nice on his wife, he be thiebaud thumping, get on there, and nothing to order her something, order her a certain outfit, or if they going out somewhere or whatever. It could be after 5. Sometimes she don't even worry about it, cause he'll be looking on stuff and be looking and to show her something. Hey, look at this dress. You like that or whatever? Yeah, that's cute. I think that's cute or whatever. He done ordered it. Uh, Doing little gestures for her. They go on cruises and stuff. They looking at jewelry. She might be looking something for him. He calling her over there to look for something for her and stuff. And you like that? You really like that? And she'll say, yeah, I think that's really nice or whatever. And he'll tell them, wrap it up for her stuff. He's good like that. He's going to make sure she good. He's one that cooks. He's one that cleans. I told him he got OCD. He'll do the laundry. He constantly moving, especially on the weekend. On Saturdays is his day to get his hair cut, do whatever he gonna do for himself. And then Sunday, after he come from church, he's gonna do things. And it helps her out. Because sometimes my sister-in-law be in school or she taking some classes for her job. So to alleviate some of the stress on her, he does things like that. Of course, it makes her happy. Makes a happy home. Now, if he don't want to do nothing, he don't want to do nothing. But you're not going to catch his house messed up. Oh, no. He'll tell, see, I just cleaned this area right here. And you done came and put something right here. And then one time I was over there and he said, she had gotten some jewelry to show me. And she was showing it to me. She left it right there on the counter. See, this counter right here was clean. Now, see, she ain't gonna, then he looking at me. You see, she not gonna pick this up. She gonna leave this right here. I don't know how long this gonna be here. And then she'll look at me, and then she'll show me something that he done left. See, now see how he left it? I say, my name is Wes. I ain't in that mess. Don't say nothing to me. So then she'll pick it and she'll move it from one spot to the other. Or she'll just go ahead and pick it up just to keep peace. Because she know he would have just cleaned that area to keep peace and happiness in the house. She'll go ahead and do what she got to do. Or, like I said, you walk in their house, it's spick and span. Spick and span. I told y'all with that doggone little vacuum cleaner how he do me. Or how he did that particular time. Vacuuming and all that, and I ain't even see no dirt. But that makes him happy to see his house clean. I like to see my house clean. We all like to see each other's house clean. We ain't got to walk in the house picking up shirts and shoes and stuff because somebody walking in behind us. That ain't never been my story. As lazy as I was growing up, that ain't never been my story being grown. The part that a person have to see first, I've always been taught that should be clean. Bathroom should be clean. So see, I was never that kind of even though I got my butt whooped, I learned when I got older. But anyway, how many of y'all, I can't pull the poll back up, child. I ain't finna fool with this phone because when I did it the last all I can do is do the poll. I might pull it up, but the stuff was in my face and it got on my nerves. But anyway, y'all, I went when I was little, I was in the kindergarten. I went to my first little sweetheart dance. And I went with the little guy down the street, and catty-cornered to their house. The lady across the street from them, she owned a daycare. I don't know if he went to that daycare or not, but I went to a different daycare. But she was giving a little sweetheart dance at the daycare. And so his mama and my mama and them, they were all friends and stuff. And so his mama told my mama about the little sweetheart dance and stuff like that, and wanted me to go with him, which we were friends. I knew him and stuff. We used to play together and all that. So he wasn't no stranger. So mama went get my little dress. I think she might have got it from Wieners. Y'all remember Wieners back in the day. Mama went got me a little long red dress back in the day, and it would had the little lace white tie, and I think it had lace around the neck. But I do know the dress was long. I probably should hate red from that day forward, but red is my favorite color. So she bought me that little long dress, and with the little white shoes and the ruffled socks. My neighbor across the street was a beautician. She put my first perm on. Y'all, I got my first perm at 4 years old. I'm going to have to tell y'all a story. Let me finish this story. Okay, so went on to the beauty shop, got my little hair done. I remember Brown said, like it was yesterday. My hair was going back. And then you know how y'all parted in the back there, and I had little Shirley Temple curls going down there. They had the one little plait, and the little plait had the Shirley Temple curls, and hair would be so pretty when she took the rollers out. It always would be tight, but as days progressed and things of that nature, those curls would start falling. Oh, you talking about would be beautiful. All right, day of the little dance. Mama was pumping me up. You ready for the dance? Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. You gonna dance? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. How you gonna dance? I'm showing her how I'ma dance and all that. You ready for the dance? Mama was pumping me up. You ready for the dance? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My friend mama came. They came get me. He had his little suit on. He had a little red and white suit on. We in the back seat. We might have been in the front seat, because back then you ain't have to be the front or the back. And I know we ain't had no seatbelts on. But anyway, whether we was in the back seat or both of us was in the front seat, we both could fit in the seatbelt together. We get to the dance. We get out, and his mama making sure. My mama said, make sure her clothes is fitting her right and stuff. Don't take my baby any kind of way in there. So, and the dance was no more than about, 5 minutes from the house. Right up the road. So we get to the daycare and stuff, get in there, and all the other little girls had their little cute dresses on, and their moms there with them, and then the little boys and stuff like that, or the moms was with their little boys or whatever. And we in the dance and stuff, and I get in there, and I looked, and the lady acknowledged me and stuff, and his mom was like, y'all look at all the little cute little kids, and y'all look so cute, or whatever. And I'm looking around. I'm looking at all these people, and I just feel like crying. I feel like crying. Big dummy, felt like crying uncontrollably. I couldn't stop. Mama couldn't get me to stop crying, child. They went and got me a cupcake. They went and got me some punch. I ain't want none of that. All I said, I want my mama. We was back home in 15. We was back home. We was back home in 15 minutes. When we knocked at the door, well, I would say, is the dance over? What's wrong? His mama say, it wasn't pretty. She said, we got in there, and all of the kids, they were looking so cute and everything. And all of a sudden, she just went into a hysterical cry. She cried. I said, we got her some punch. We gave her some little candy, Valentine candy. We tried to give her a cupcake. She want none of that. All she said is she wanted her mama. Needless to say, I gonna tell you about I was mad. They say after they left, she say, "Well, what was wrong? Did somebody hit you, baby? Did somebody touch you? Did somebody do something?" Mm-mm. I ain't want to be there. I'll say, we done talked about this. We done prepped you. I done got you all ready for this little Valentine's Day ball. And you gonna tell me you stayed there 5 minutes? My mom wanted to know, did somebody touch me, bother me, do anything to me? I say, no, ma'am. I didn't want to be there. She say, well, did the other kids, were you scared because of the other kids? And I think I might have said, yeah. Child, that was my first little Valentine ball. I stayed there 5 minutes. It took us 5 minutes to get there. Took me 5 minutes to get in there and look around. Took 5 minutes to get home. So I was gone maybe 15 minutes. Maybe. I wasn't having it. Like, that didn't make me happy. Preparing for it and stuff, getting my hair done and all of that, yes, I was happy. Going to the ball and seeing the mother cheering, I was ready to go. No, we ain't gonna be able to do this tonight, partner. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I ruined your little day. You know, I think his mama may have taken him back to the dance or whatever. And then, you know, like once my mama talked to me and stuff, she say, you want to go back? No, I don't want to go back. No, no. So, needless to say, I didn't go to no other, no other little Valentine. That was my little funny Valentine. I ain't go to no other Valentine ball. The next time I went to a ball was prom. I bet you I wasn't crying then. No, it wasn't crying then. So that's why I say, what makes y'all happy? What makes me happy is feeling good. Everybody is okay. No sickness. None of us are, that I know, knock on wood, are in need of food as far as family that I know. Everybody has a warm place to stay, clothes on their back. Everybody's doing pretty good for themselves. So I'm happy for that. You know, also grateful. Not just talking about brother and sister-in-law and nieces and nephews, but you know, aunts and uncles. Everybody pretty much feel good on a, you know, is doing good on a daily basis and stuff. Stuff like that makes me happy. Being able to go out and socialize, going outside, like I say, or like they say, on the weekend, and be able to go with my brother and some friends. Some people I may know and some I won't, but being able to go out and have good, clean fun, stuff that like that makes me happy. Used to make me happy getting paid. I ain't gonna lie, child. When it was that payday week, can't we stick our chest out when it's payday? Spending extra money or more money than what we should be spending. We should be, you know, staying on our budget. But, you know, like some people do. I mean, they might want to go out for crab legs or a seafood ball, or some people get a chance to buy their kids a Happy Meal, or they may get a chance to go out to dinner that particular Sunday and not have to cook. It's different things that make people happy. And like I said, money makes people happy. And it couldn't be the root of all evil, but sometimes it makes things much easier in your life. And if I say I didn't like money or love money, I'd be lying. Because money, I don't care what nobody say, it does make things a little bit easier in your life. Yes, we do have to put back for a rainy day, but if something happens, it's nice to know that you put that back, or that you can take care of something, you know. Hey, I'll be happy to pay my bills. I ain't gonna lie. Cause when it's time to pay my mortgage, I know I'm good for another month or another 3 months, because it take them a while to get you up out of your house. I know when I pay my car note, I'm happy about that, because it give me a couple of months. It, I'm paying it off, but it also, if something was to occur, it gives you a couple of months to be able to still ride in your car. I'm extremely happy that we had this bad weather and the power didn't go off. Uh, like I said, I'm extremely happy that sometimes I can go in the store. I'm not going to say not look at the price of stuff, because I'd be lying. But go in the store and be able to buy some extra things that I want, whether it's in the grocery store or whether it's in a clothing store. I'm happy when I pull up to the gas station pump. I can put my gas and put my car on full and not let it be on empty. A lot of stuff make me happy. It's happiness and grateful. I'm grateful to a lot of stuff. I kind of put that together. And so um, I'm happy to be able to wake up in the morning, say thank you, Jesus, for another day. And that's grateful as well. Love. Like I told y'all, I love everybody. I don't like everybody. But I have love in my heart for everybody. And I think that's something that we should do. And if we don't have love in our heart for people, we need to reevaluate ourselves. I have love for fellow man. One Sunday after church, I went to the donut shop. We have Shipley's Donuts here in Texas. Some areas may have Krispy Kreme, some may have something else, and then some have little private donut shops and stuff. So I went to Shipley's after church, and I was going by my brother in them house. That's that day he vacuumed my feet up. So I went to Shipley's, and I asked him before I went, did he want any donuts? Because my brother loves bread. He loves pancakes, biscuits, donuts. He's a bread lover. And I was surprised when he said he didn't want any donuts. So I asked him, I said, do you think your wife would want a donut or two or whatever? He said, yeah, no, she don't need no. I said, don't tell me what she need or what she don't. I said, do you think she would like a donut? And then, my nephew or them children be there on the weekends sometimes. So I said, are them kids there or whatever? And I was, a little low before my little payday came. And so he said the kids wasn't there. I was like, phew, because I was just gonna have to leave my little backlaw my apple fritter. I always get it mixed up. I was gonna have to leave my apple fritter in the car until I went home, because I just probably wasn't gonna have enough to buy everybody something, or either I was gonna have to just get a dozen of glaze and just roll on with that. We all gonna have to eat out that dozen of donuts. So it was this guy standing out there, and sometimes they get on my nerves. They always like to, and he watching cars as they drive up, and he was standing back from the window, and I got up to the window and I ordered my stuff. So he came up and he said, ma'am, could you spare some change? I said, no. I say, but if you hungry, I'll get you a kolache or a donut or something. I say, I will do that. Now, I can't spare you no change. I'll feed you. So, the lady come back with my my apple fritter. And I say, could you give him a kolache? And she looked out the window. She looked at him like she didn't look with a nice look on her face. And she said, well, what you want? And I was kind of, that's kind of rude. But I didn't know the reasoning behind her asking that. So he said he wanted a ham and cheese or whatever kolache. So she got it for him. And so by the time she come back, he said, ma'am, you think you can give me some milk? I was getting ready to say, now look now, you don't know how much money I have. Don't impose yourself on somebody like that. But I said, okay. So I said, give him, say, you want chocolate milk or you want the white milk? He said, I want a chocolate milk. I say, give him a chocolate milk. So she got agitated. She had to go back and get the chocolate milk. So now I done bust down to 20. And what I had was like $5 or $6 and some cents, and I had some change. So I paid for that. But then to pay for his stuff, that was, another $5 or $6 or whatever. So before I knowed it, I ain't had much left out of that 20. He stayed up there looking. So when she gave me my change, I just knew he was going to hit my hand and knock it down or either take it out of my hand. But I was like, God, see you. But so while we waiting on that, and he didn't look to be dirty or anything of that nature. I say, well, you look pretty good. I say, what is your story? I say, are you on drugs or drink? I say, what's going on with you? And say, I just fell down on hard times. I'm just trying to give me enough money to pay for this little room that I got. And I say, well, why you don't have a job? He say, well, I just can't find anything and I don't have transportation. And I was like, yeah, I know one thing could lead to the other or whatever. So when she came back with his kolache and his milk, she gave me my change. I just went ahead and gave him the rest of the money. I say, God bless you. I say, God looking at you. I say, so if you take this money and you doing the wrong thing with it, I say, God see you. I say, I don't have to say nothing else to you. I say, God see you, because I'm giving it to you from my heart. And so when the lady looked, she say, okay, now it's time for you to get away from this window because I told you that already earlier, and you back at this window. She said, get away from this window because you spooking the customers. So when she said that let me know that he done already got some change from people that been driving up to that window. Or they may have bought him donuts or kolache before I had even gotten there. But I say, nevertheless, he's a man. A man eat a lot, and he may have been hungry. Good night, Bama. We'll see about that baby early in the morning, huh? Well, I won't see about the baby early in the morning, but I'll be up about 9 o'clock getting ready to go to the doctor, so I'll check my phone. And congratulations ahead of time. We'll be praying for Maya, and Scooty will be in school, and you'll be there with your knees shaking. So we praying for everything go okay with the delivery of the baby tomorrow. Y'all children must have been doing something. I don't know what time they was doing something, but all these babies being born recently, they've been doing something. Been doing something. I guess after the winter time came, they start getting busy. So anyway, yeah. So I went ahead, cause like I said, I'll feed. If somebody said that they hungry, I'll feed them. Just like that time I told you I was in Popeyes getting a bunch of chicken for a softball team. They had wanted me to go to Popeyes to get them some chicken, and I did that. So I don't mind helping. That stuff like that makes me happy to be able to be a cheerful giver. I didn't solve all of his problems right then, but it made me feel happy that I could, at least feed him at the moment and give him a little change. Maybe he needed the money for a bus fare to get him to where he needed to go. Or that could have went, if he hustled up enough money, it could have bought him some food for later on that day. I don't know. But it makes me happy to be able to do something for somebody from the heart. And that's why I say you got to love everybody. Um, I didn't like that he was begging for money, but that's not my story. And I thank God that that's not my story. But uh, yeah, I didn't like it, but I still have to love him because he's my brother from another mother. And in the gods of eyesight, we're supposed to love everybody. It don't matter who they are. So, hey, ex Granny, how you doing? So, yeah, I've fed people. I buy people meals and stuff. And like I said, one time I was in the grocery store. I never will forget. And I'm counting my pennies. And I was bringing some stuff to the church for when Katrina came and everybody came from New Orleans. And I was going to church on my way to church because our church was one of the first shelters, one of the second shelters that opened. And so the church, you know, and the news people were there and they was asking for donations and stuff of that nature. So I went to Sam's before I went to work one particular day, and I had never gotten one of them. What is it? Them dollies. Hey, the life of Patricia Stevens, how you doing? I had never, yeah, Gren, I hope you got to eat your wings. I didn't want to put nothing in there, but I had some barbecue wings tonight too. But mine was leftovers. So, and I'm glad I was able to eat them, but I had another piece of meat that I didn't eat. I didn't finish all my food, and I don't like throwing food away. But anyway, I had a dolly full of I got juices and all the kind of stuff that they need because they had little kids. And I got the big boxes of chips and water and stuff. As much stuff as I could pile on there. Toilet paper, paper towels. And it was a family. It was a husband, wife, and their son. And they had left from New Orleans. And pretty much they had to leave with whatever they had. And I think they may have gotten a few clothes or whatever. But pretty much when I was listening to them, they were staying with someone that lived down the street from me. And I was listening to them, and she said, well, at least we could cook breakfast for a couple of days. We got enough to help cook breakfast at the house for a couple of days, so let's get some breakfast food. So they had gotten some food and stuff for the family that they were staying with, some relatives. And they was, you know, budgeting their money and stuff like that. And so the wife said, she said, I think we at our limits or whatever. She said, this is $150 worth of stuff. She said, I think we at our limit. So lo and behold, I get in line with my big dolly full of stuff. I'm like, Lord, I got to put this stuff in the car and try to get to work on time or whatever. So needless to say, they were in the front of me. And they got all their stuff. And like I said, they had like $150 worth of groceries or whatever. And she was like, we might need to put some of this back. I say, hold up. I say, you said y'all come from where? She said, we exchanged stores. She said, we just came from, we're from New Orleans. We had to escape Katrina. She said, our house, as far as we know, our house is underwater. We done pretty much lost everything, and we just remodeled our house and blase, blase. And I said, hold up, y'all. I told the cashier, I said, let me pay for that tab. She was like, oh, no, ma'am, no. I said, ma'am, let me pay for y'all groceries. And I said, can you get out the way, please? And I kind of bogarted her. And I never will forget, I slid my credit card through there. It paid for their groceries. They put their stuff on the thing. Oh, ma'am, thank you. Bless you. I come through there. Here I go. I'm like, Lord have mercy. What I done to this Discover card? Swipe mine. I say, in the name of Jesus. I got my stuff, put it from one side to the other. I'm pushing this thing out. The cart kind of going one way or the other. I got out to my car. I got ready to start putting the stuff in my car. The lady said, ma'am. And I looked back. She said, hold up. my son and husband's going to put that stuff in your car. And I say, not then. She said, what did you tell me at the line? I said, yeah, you sure right. And I just was quiet and I let them put the stuff in my car and trunk and stuff. And I asked them where they were staying. She told me where they were living, staying. I said, oh, that's down the street from me. We exchanged numbers, but unfortunately, I lost her number. But I did give it a number to my church, and I say, it's a little bit of ways from here. I say, but, you know, they got a shelter. They supposed to be getting the Red Cross and everybody over there. Y'all get your people to get you over that way and see if you can get you some help or whatever. So I did that, and that made me happy. That made me happy. Oh, that filled my heart to be able to bless somebody with something. So I didn't just bless her family. I blessed the family that they were staying with as well. Because, you know, when you got people staying with you unexpectedly, your light bill, your water bill, your gas bill, all that stuff go up. Plus the grocery bill. I don't know if the people had kids or what. But it puts a strain on everybody else. So I was just happy to be able to do that, to be able to bless somebody else and bless other families. Because once I took the stuff to the church, I didn't have to touch nothing. I just drove up, and the guys, I went in there and I told them, I said, hey, my car need to be unloaded. They came out there with a dolly and unloaded my car and stuff. And I drove off and I went to work. And I went to work and I felt like 20 pounds lighter. Because I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I was happy to do that. I knew it was going to kind of put me on the strain, but not really. Because how many times we can go and spend $100 a month or $150 eating out a month, or spend it on, we don't even know what we spend it on. The money slips through our hand. We don't even know what we spend it on. So I'd rather know where my money went or know where my money go, and where I can have happiness and joy and peace in my, to know I did something for somebody. We get rewards not from a lot of times the people we help. We get help from people, from total strangers. Total strangers is who we get help from. That's where my help normally comes from. And I'll be like, ooh, they were so nice. Oh, these people are being so nice. I don't never think about the help and the nice things I do for other people. Only when somebody just do a nice gesture, open the door for me at the grocery store. I'm outside putting groceries in my car. Ma'am, can we help you? Ma'am, can I help you? I got it. Because I have like little hooks in the back of my car where I hang my, I take my time and I hang my groceries up. So when I'm driving sometime and I hit them curves and corners, them groceries ain't flying like this. They be hooked on the back of them hooks and they don't move. Cause baby, it's been some times I done hit them curves or hit them corners. And by the time I get home and pop that trunk one time, and this was a thank you, Jesus moment. Thank you, Jesus moment. I popped my trunk and I had a big jar of pickles and they hit the concrete. Bam! Didn't even break. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I love pickles. I would have been hurt if them pickles would have fell on the ground and burst open. First of all, the glass would have went everywhere. Wouldn't be so worried about the juice because the juice would have just went on the concrete thing. But then all my pickles, and I couldn't pick the pickles up to try to eat them. I know it's dirty to get some off the ground. But even if they hadn't fell on the concrete, because it would have had glass shrapnel in it. So I couldn't do anything, but I was thankful to God that when that jar of pickles hit that ground, they didn't open. So that's why I say I have to be careful when I come home and remember what I have in the back as to what I done bought. But now I take my pickles. If I buy a big jar, I put them in the bags and I hook them on that thing just as well as the rest of the groceries. So that won't happen to me. But anyway, when this my chat started, I had Love and Happiness by Al Green playing. So I'm gonna probably have to go and trim it because I get a little copyright thing or video block or whatever, but I played it at the beginning so I can go back and hey Jay Gill, how you doing? I can go back and just trim it. Or when YouTube send it to me and I go on my Google account, they'll say they can trim it or erase the sound or something like that. And I just go ahead and let them do it, and they'll erase the music out of it. It'll still leave the voice, but it'll erase the thing out of it. So I don't care anything about that. But I was playing Love and Happiness by Al Green, and I don't know how to work this thing so good because I would have played Happy by Pharrell. Um, I would have played that toward the end. You know, at least that way if they get me, they'll get me at the beginning. I'm going to learn how to do it. They'll get me at the beginning, or they'll get me at the end where I can trim it and they won't stop my, block my video. And when I looked at my content, of all places, it was Russia. Do you think I care if Russia buy the copyright from Russia? I don't care nothing about y'all doing. Why are y'all doing a copyright in the U.S.? You know, half of the people over there probably don't even understand what I'm playing, but y'all still put, I guess, a copyright on U.S. music or whatever. Well, then y'all shouldn't let your people stream U.S. music or whatever. I'm pretty sure there are people living in Russia from the U.S. It wouldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I wouldn't be living over there. But I was like, of all places, Russia. I'm like, I don't know, because I thought the man with the plan was friends with them people from over there. Hey, Derry, how you doing? Welcome over. Yeah, I thought the man with the plan was best buddies with them people from over there. So, hey, Daphne, let me go through and see who all I might have missed. Hey, Sabrina. I think I got you, Sabrina, but I'm not sure. I'm seeing y'all as I go through. God Chosen One. I'm assuming that's what it is. Cold Peace. I'm assuming that's the name. I see y'all in my chat. Welcome over. If this is your first time, consider coming back, subscribing to my channel. I normally go on at 9 o'clock, but I think I'm going to change my time to 8 o'clock. I think I'm going to change it to 8 o'clock because a lot of being of the different time zones and people, 9 o'clock to me may be 10 to some, 11 or 12 to others. And then it may be early for some others at 6 or whatever. I'm not worried about it being too early for some that's at 6 or 7. I worry about more so the ones that's 9, 10, or 11 that have to go to bed and go to work in the morning, and they won't always have to catch my replay. They can catch me live and in living color. And so, yeah, so if you're new to my channel, I'm Classy Lady. I'm going to start changing my time to 8 o'clock. I will put up a post and try to put 8 o'clock on there. I don't know why. I'll be home all day and wait till about 6, 6:30, 7 to try to eat. That'd be my problem. I stay up till 4 or 5. This morning, I think I drifted off to sleep and I woke up and then went back to sleep at 6 this morning. But I woke up about 10. That's what you do when you're retired. Since I retired, I don't get up early anymore. I don't care. I ain't getting up. I ain't moving. My doctor's appointments are made at a certain time. The earliest is usually 11 o'clock, 12, or 1:30. And it's like crunch time in the afternoon for me is when I start to move around and get stuff done. I'll make a list of stuff that I need to get done, and I'll do so much one day. And if I get tired, I just say I ain't going to do nothing today. But the productive thing I did today was fold clothes. Fold clothes. I have been known to walk cross from my room, cross the part of my den, cross the kitchen, go to the laundry room, and get one towel a day. I've been known to do that. Why I don't take and fold them? I don't know. I got that retired mentality. If I don't feel like folding clothes, guess what? Wash, dry, basket. Close the door to my utility room. You ain't got no business coming to my house and going in my utility room. That's not the bathroom. If the bathroom was like that, yeah. You ain't got no business going to my utility room. So that's how it is. So today, I think I washed those clothes last week. It just goes to show you. I got a bunch of towels, a bunch of underwear, gowns and stuff. I decided to fold them this week. Today. Tomorrow, go to the doctor. I may go to the grocery store. But like I said, I may come home and play some music for y'all. Have to shampoo my hair. Have a beauty shop appointment Saturday morning. But the way my hair set up, I'm trying to debate if I'm going to go to the beauty shop. Because we're supposed to have rain. And for me, just getting out of the beauty shop to the car is my biggest fear. Once I'm in the car and drive home, I'm in the garage. I can get in the garage. And then later on, about 5:30, 6, I'll leave here about 5 o'clock, 5:30 to get over to my destination place at 6, a little bit before 6. So I won't be late. I won't be the cause of nobody being late. If we get there late, I'm going to be mad as I ain't going to be happy because I done paid for this ticket and I go to a concert. I'm there early. I like to get there and see where I'm sitting. But on this thing, we have a suite and we have a designated parking spot. And from what I'm told, we park, we get out, go into the suite, and we there. Now, people can tell you that, and then y'all pray for me because if they done bamboozled and told me I ain't got to walk that far, and I done paid my money and we supposed to be in the suites, and I got to overexert myself and kind of break out a sweat walking from the car to the inside of this suite, I ain't gonna be nice. I'm gonna have to tell my sister-in-law off and my brother. I'm gonna get one of them. I'm gonna give one of them some medicine. I got my outfit picked out. I say, anybody gonna see us? I'm concerned about what I wear. Is anybody gonna see me? No. Not unless we take some pictures and they see you on the pictures. I say, that's okay. I'm going to be a taking fool. I'm going to be a picture taking fool come Saturday because I want everybody to see me. I'm going to be posting. I want everybody to see me. Normally when I go to a concert, I'm out there with everybody. And I know people be looking at me and I'm looking and I'm taking pictures and stuff. But we're in a suite. It's going to be good to be in that suite. But I'm concerned ain't nobody going to see me. So I'm going to be taking a lot of pictures and I'm going to post some pictures come Sunday evening. So y'all can see if my outfit was yay or nay or if y'all liked anything I had on. But yeah, I'm going to be a picture taking fool come Saturday. So they might well get ready. Somebody going to take my picture. Yeah. So, you at home, Jade Gill, or you at work having your dinner? I hope you at home because you always coming home. Ask Granny, if I go to bed at 3 a.m., I got a doctor's appointment or I got to be somewhere at 8 o'clock. And you can see that ain't much sleep that I get. Ain't much sleep that I get. So y'all can see. But anyway, I done went over an hour, and that's why I really want to come on at 8 o'clock. All right. I want to come on at 8 o'clock. That way, in case I go over an hour, I like to watch my 10 o'clock news. I really do. And then when the news go off at 10:30, me and my cousin sister, we talk on the phone till midnight, till it's time for her to get off the phone so she can go to work at 8 o'clock. So that's what I'm going to try to do. So make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, and Angels on Everybody's Pillow. Tomorrow, I might just play music. If I have time to come back on, I probably won't have my face showing because I probably have a bonnet on. And I think I came out here one time with a bonnet. I don't know because my hair will be wet. Like I said, for the beauty shop. So, hey, my Gigi, you was listening? Okay, good. So you don't have to really catch the replay. So with that being said, Angels on Everybody Pillow. Y'all have a good night. God bless and love everybody. And I will see y'all later.